Jai Shri Krishna. I am Shanti Ramchandran, your universal sister, and my topic is to dig out the hidden stories of Mahabharata from Gita Dhyan Shlokas written by Madhusudhan Saraswati Swamigal. This is Madhusudhan Saraswati Swamigal. He wrote 9 Dhyan Shlokas, which are 9 gems, and he had personified Bhagavad Gita as the deity with 18 hands, with 18 as 18 adhyaya, and he has offered a Navratna Mala, the necklace of 9 gems, for Mata Rani Gita Amba. We saw the first Partha who was abandoned. He was Karna. We also saw that Partha means Pritha's son. Now, Pritha was adopted by the Kunti Bhoja Raja. And there she grew up like a princess and she learned all the 64 arts and sciences, and she pleased Durvasa. Sage Durvasa gave her a mantra by which she could propitiate any god and get a child. Then the first son Karna, born to sun god, was abandoned. Then Kunti Devi alias Pritha got married to Pandu. Pandu was the Hastinapur's king of Hastinapur, Bhishma Pitamaha's grandson. And he was from Kuru dynasty, Kuru clan. Puru or Kuru clan. But this Pandu, he had to marry due to war because he won a war. So he had to marry, and he married one lady called Madri as a second wife and brought her. So to get progeny and to make Pandu stress free, Bhishma Pitamaha sent all three, Pandu, Kunti, and Madri, to a nearby forest, very beautiful forest, and for rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation, and to enjoy nature. You can see, enjoy nature. They all went to forest. They were living there. But as the fate would have it, Pandu was cursed by one sage called Kinduma. See, that is also very, very interesting story. This Pandu was very, very talented in archery. He could even put Shabdavedi. One field of archery is you don't even see the prey. You just hear the noise, and then from somewhere you shoot your arrow. This King Dashrath in Treta Yuga, King Dashrath was great in this Shabdavedi, and we come to know that This Pandu was also very good at Shabdavidi, field of archery. So he went for hunting, but he heard some deer or some animals making noise at the water spot, and he was far away. But due to his Sabdavedi, he could hear the noise, and then he shot the arrow. There, the sage Kindma had taken the form of a deer, and his wife also had taken the form of deer, and they were playing. In those days, all these sages had that power, and then when they wanted to play with their wives, they would take any form of any animal, and then sometimes give birth to that particular child with that particular quality of those animals also sometimes. Um, this this Kindma had taken the form of deer, and they were playing and they were drinking water. So it wasn't fault of Pandu. He heard as animals, but this sage had taken this form of deers. Who would know? So he shot arrow, thinking it's animal. Mistakenly, he killed it. So the last breath, having the last breath, the sage came to him. It's very very painful this thing, and then he cursed. If you go near your wife and touch your wife, that time only you will die. When we were playing so this thing nicely, you killed us. And there was no remedy for this curse. There was no way how to reverse this curse. The sage died, his wife also died. So Pandu came to his wives, came home and told, "This is what happened today. If I touch you people, I will die." That time, Kunti consoled him. "Oh, don't worry. If you are thinking about progeny, I have a boon given by sage Durvasa." It's a proven boon, no? But that time also she didn't tell about Karna. She could have. She didn't tell. She said, "If I propitiate any god and tell the mantra given by Durvasa, sage Durvasa, I'll get a son. So that son, I will offer it to you, my husband." Like that, she told. Pandu accepted and accepted to adopt all the sons that Kunti would give him. That was great. Then what happened? She called Yamadharma Raja, that is God of death. She called God of death. She prayed to him and she got a son called Yudhishthir, Dharmaraja. Dharmaja or Dharmaraja, Dharmar. That's also they say. Then Dharma started growing up. She again called, this time she called Lord of Wind, God of Wind. God of Winds was known as Vayudeva. Vayudev. This Vayudev, he gave her a son called Bhim. Vayudev, son Pavanputra Hanuman, how great he is. Bhim also was very, very strong. Very strong. Now, then she called already two sons. Pandu started teaching them, playing with them all the time. She was spending his time with the children. And again, fourth, she called Devendra, the king of Devas, who got all the power. All Devas, even Sanga, all the demigods were under Devendra, that is king of Devas. So from him she got a very, very handsome and very talented, brilliant son called Arjun. This Arjuna, fourth Partha, see, Yudhishthira also was Partha, Bhima was also a Partha, fourth one was Arjuna. Arjuna was naturally a Partha, Pritha's son. It is already, if you see, here this Pandu had a curse, and then seeing three Parthas, see here, we can see how nicely, huh, both of Parthas, Pritha or Kunti, है ना इसका नाम, her name is Kunti, and they are Parthas. Surya's from Surya's son got, she got Karna. She got Karna, and Yamadharma Raja, the god of death, gave her a son called Yudhishthir or Dharmaja. Then Vayudev, or god of winds, gave her a strong son called Bhima. Then Devendra, the king of Devas, he gave her a son called Arjuna. Now Partha was aunt, Bhuva, Fufi, or Atte to Vasudeva Krishna. So this Vasudeva Krishna was Lord Krishna himself. Narayana came again as Lord Krishna, and he was so fond of Arjun, and he called him Partha, Partha, Partha. Every time he wants to call Arjun, he would call him Partha, thinking, "You are my aunt's son, you are my aunt's son, you are my close relative." So Lord Krishna always called Arjun as Partha, and he taught him Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagavad Gita was told to Partha the Arjuna, fourth Partha, Arjuna, by Lord Krishna, none other than Lord Krishna. That is how story of Kunti Devi goes on. Story of Kunti Devi, birth of four Parthas. Partha, Kunti Devi was daughter of Shursen and of Yadu dynasty, and she was given in adoption to Kunti Bhoja of Naga dynasty. She went to Naga dynasty. So, in the first Parthaya Pratibodhitham, the story of Kunti is revealed, and how all four Parthas were born. And a little extra, now what we can learn more is five Pandavas. Seeing these three Parthas, first Partha was not there. He was with Radha. And these three, Yudhishthira, Bhima, and Arjuna, Madhuri wanted to have a child of her own. All the time Pandu was spending his time with these three children. He was teaching archery to Arjuna, and Dharmaja took all the righteousness and all the teachings, higher teaching, and Bhima took boxing and um, all those stuff he learned from his father. Father was spending most of the time with the children. Then Madhuri felt very bad, and she also wanted to have a child, and therefore she requested her husband, and her husband requested Kunti. With Kunti's help, she got one twin She propitiated twin gods, Ashwini Devatas, and then from them she got Nakula and Sahadeva. Then also one fine morning, in the jungle, when Madhuri and Pandu were attracted to each other, and Pandu tried to touch Madhuri and he died. This Madhuri felt very bad. She said, Kunti Devi will take care of my sons very well, but I don't know my need. I don't know if I could take care of her sons, and therefore she told Kunti, I'm going to give my life as Sati in the funeral pyre of Pandu, and she died. She made Sati of herself, and those days that was a habit. There was a habit like that. In the funeral pyre itself, the widow would jump down and we can't say suicide, but she will lose her life like that. Hmm. Then, after Pandu's death, all the sages in the forest and the villages they took Kunti and all five Pandavas. These five children of these two wives, three children of Kunti are Partha, Pritha, three children of three children of Pritha and two children of Madhuri. There were five. These five were accepted by Pandu as his own children. Pandava. Pandu's children were known as Pandava. So, five Pandavas. Hampacha Pandava. That is what they say in Hindi. This, there are we five Pandavas. That was the group shouting like Har Har Shankar. We five Pandavas will win. That's what. So we these five Pandavas were taken to Hastinapur to Bhishma Pitamaha. He welcomed them and accepted them. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. So with this, we are closing the one story. We have unlocked one big story of Kunti Devi. Hmm. Yes, we shall continue in the next video.